One of the great underrated subgenres of platform and adventure games is something I like to call little guy that helps others with their problems, or just little guy games for short. These are stories where tiny characters, often just a few inches tall, take on outsized problems, not through brute strength, but through curiosity, cleverness, and care. Whether it's the Principal Cosmos rolling up entire continents to restore the night sky, or Chibi Robo quietly fixing a fractured household or local park, there's something endearing about small acts of kindness reframed as Herculean labours. Part of the magic is the perspective. Everyday spaces transform into epic landscapes. A back garden becomes a wild jungle, a kitchen turns into a gauntlet of groceries and appliances. In most platformers you only get a taste of this, like the shrinking stages in Mario Land 2 or Astro Bot, but in a true little guy game, that's the whole premise. Just look at Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue on PlayStation, where the entire world is blown up to toy scale, perfect for a plastic hero with a deluded sense of grandeur. But lately it feels like the little guy genre has been a little quiet. Are we overlooking our tiniest heroes, even after everything they've done for us behind the scenes? Well, thankfully, one new title is here to put them back in the spotlight, because Misc, A Tiny Tale, might just be the next big thing in small-scale adventure. Developed by the Aussie-based indie studio Tinyware Games, Misc casts you as Buddy, a 2-inch tall automaton setting off to restore order to the world after a mysterious explosion disrupts its delicate balance. He's accompanied by the enthusiastic bag boy and his high-maintenance pet cat, and together they traverse a series of junkyard-inspired biomes teeming with oddities, charm, and plenty of things to tidy up. The whole adventure has the feel of a warm and whimsical children's story, right down to the narrator, whose cozy delivery sounds like a dad reading a bedtime tale. Or in my case, like a dad reading to his 34-year-old son who just happened to be playing a game about robot janitors. Either way it works, and I appreciate the vibe just the same. At first glance then, Buddy might seem like a spiritual successor to Nintendo's cult favourite Chibi Robo, and the comparison is well earned. Both share a fondness for tidying up the environment and helping others, and in Misc that theme is baked right into the mechanics. You're given a mop for spills and a bottomless robot belly that devours trash, to be later converted into handy recycling points. It's an overt but welcome message about looking after the world around you, and it leads to some fun if compulsive gameplay. Because, unlike its spiritual predecessor, Misc has the bones of a fully fledged 3D collectathon in the vein of Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie. Its levels are large, vertical, and densely packed with things to do, whether you're tidying up the environment or hunting down golden trinkets. Buddy's moveset is also a better fit for a platformer over Chibi Robo. He's a lot more agile, with a snappy double jump that pops a little propeller out of his head for mid-air control, plus dives and dashes that make getting around these sprawling worlds a breeze. And while the level themes stick to familiar platformer fare, grassy forests, sun-baked desert towns, snowy villages strung with fairy lights, they're all thoughtfully designed. Each biome is marked by distinct landmarks, making them easy to navigate and fun to explore. Side characters offer quirky tasks and light banter, rewarding your curiosity with new items and golden cogs. Recurring characters, like a raccoon who challenges you to tight and abstract platforming gauntlets, very Super Mario Sunshine, add some welcome rhythm and variety to the experience also. Structurally then, Misc is one of those delightfully satisfying checklist games. You meet a character with a quirky problem, clock the solution for later, then stumble across the missing piece during a bout of platforming or exploration. Eventually, you circle back to complete the task and are rewarded with a shiny trinket, in this case literal golden cogs that open the way ahead. It's the kind of loop that gently nudges you towards 100% completion, and while tracking down that last stray piece of trash can occasionally test your patience, the satisfaction of clearing a level clean is hard to resist. It's a smart and well-paced system that ties progress directly to how much you've helped the world around you, and better still, it gives Tinyware plenty of room to flex their strengths. Thoughtful writing, creative character designs, and an art style that feels genuinely handmade, right down to the tiniest details. This is a world where recycling isn't just a theme, but built into the very fabric of the setting. Characters are fashioned from old tins, cans, and scrap wire, like handmade figurines cobbled together with care. Their homes are upturned boxes and trash cans, their storefronts repurposed junk. This DIY look even extends to the game's main menu, where levels are laid out as storybook pop-ups, something that I always appreciated seeing between bouts of adventuring. This bric-a-brac aesthetic then gives the world of Misc a Pikmin-like charm, where society has been rebuilt from the discarded remnants of something bigger. There is a hint of mystery about whether humans still exist, but the focus is squarely on the vibrant, inch-high community that is made alive from what's been left behind. Like Chibi-Robo before it, Misc is filled with big personalities in tiny packages. One standout sequence involves a group of automatons plotting to overthrow their feline ruler in a sun-baked desert kingdom, enlisting your help by requesting items to glam themselves up for the rebellion. It's playfully weird, and endearingly handmade, traits that run throughout the entire game. Although I won't spoil where the adventure goes, almost every level had a little moment like this that I very much appreciated. Really, what sets Misc apart from most platformers is that agency. You're not just reacting to the world or marveling at its scale, you're actively improving it, cleaning up, helping others, and making things just a little bit better than how you found them. It makes something of an interesting outlier in the little guy game genre then, a line most to Chibi-Robo where your positivity is tangible. Something all too rare, and so I cherish it when it does appear. I played Misc on the Switch too, and while it's available on other platforms like Steam, it feels right at home here. Even in these early days, Nintendo's consoles have always been the spiritual home for 3D platformers, and it's exciting to see Tinyware deliver something that aligns so well with that legacy right out of the gate. The game looks and runs great on the system too, though its indie roots do peek through in the form of a few unfortunate bugs. Still, those rough edges don't overshadow what is ultimately a joyful and worthwhile adventure. So yeah, Misc is small, but like all great little guy games, it's got big ideas, a big heart, and a world that's absolutely worth fixing. It's the stuff great kids games are made of, perfect for a younger audience or even those who are still young at heart.